Let's take a look at subnet masks. So a subnet mask is a 32-bit number that looks like an IP address, but it's not. And so it could be 255.0.0.0. And when we were looking at classical addressing, I was showing you, or I was talking about leading bits, and the way it determines where to split the net and the host ID is based on those leading bits. In classless addressing, which we're coming close to talking about here, we don't use leading bits. We have to use subnet masks. Okay, and that's what a subnet mask does. It divides the IP address into the net ID, so the actual identity of the network, and the host ID, so all the possible hosts that can be on that network, which could be that subnet. So here we have a network address, so 171.22.1.12, okay? So what part of that IP address is identifying the subnet, and what part of it's identifying the host or possible hosts that can be on that network, okay? And so let's say we drew the line here. We could draw the line anywhere we want because it's just going to change what is here. So the net ID is 171.22, okay? And the host ID is 1.12. So if we want to draw our line there, that's how we use our subnet. So if we wanted it to be there, we fill all the bits in the front with ones, and then everything with zero is the other side of it, right? So the ones are masking or covering that, so they can't be changed, and then the ones on the end of zeros can be flipped to determine our hosts, okay? So if we have 0 and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, that's going to identify all those hosts, okay? So if we did that, we just flipped all those numbers, we have the possibility of 2,048 addresses. The way we figured that out is binary math. Remember working right to left? So notice that we have that octet, those 8 bits on the end, and then we have those 3 extra bits. If you kept on counting up, you have 2,048 possible computers that you can put on this network. And those ones in the front are important as well, even though they can't change and they identify the actual subnet. See where we have /21. That's CIDR notation. We're going to talk about that shortly, but I just wanted to show you that the /21 is there because there's literally 21 ones in a row. That's what CIDR notation is. It's those subnet masks where you see that ones that go to 21, okay? So a subnet mask can also refer to a net mask, but 99% of the time they mean the same thing, okay? The reason why is when we are defining our virtual network CIDR range, we'll call it a net mask, and when we're defining a subnet CIDR range, we'll say a subnet mask. So if you hear those two terms, don't get too confused about it. They usually mean the same thing. It's just what it is, okay?